Welcome to this video. Thanks for tuning in. I was planning on doing part 2 of a video that I did yesterday, and I just thought, oh, it's a lot. So I did a breakdown, or we could say in interpretation of some of the things that I had written. And so if you're into wordplay or you're into multidimensional activations and just kind of feeling some of those activations in a different way, other than light language and other than energy work and things like that, I invite you to go back and watch the video I did for January 23rd. I called it Nodes, Notes, and Word Codes, I think. Otherwise, welcome in general. Thanks for tuning in. How are we doing? I'm just going to go into a little flow and play a little bit here with the time that I have. So I invite you to take a deep breath in and then just drop into your body for just a moment and recognize that you are breathing. Allow yourself to feel into the space that you're sitting within. Allow yourself to feel into the space that is within your skin. Allow yourself to move in within to this deeper feeling of being comfortable in your own skin. Allowing yourselves to let go of that which we are hanging so tightly onto, that it is difficult for us to find space within. For when we hang on tightly, when we hang on so tight that we are afraid to just be, it disallows, if you will. It does not allow, I'm hearing dissonance. It does not allow for the expansive playfulness that we have the capacity for holding. For when we hold on and we do not allow that which is breathing, that which is breathable, that which we are able to breathe through, we move into a space of where I'm hearing we want proof. We want this, we want that, because we're not allowing ourselves to just allow. For within us is a deeper resonance that is there, yet we must drop into the chamber of the heart, the resonance, if you will, and find that rhythm. And we cannot find and feel into that rhythm if we are completely distracted by the rhythms, the rhythmatic distraction that is going on all around us. For that distraction has been part of our interaction for the most of our lives. I'm hearing for the capacity of our lives. So many of us have been, I'm just going to close my window real quick. Sorry, that other light was too bright. This is a little softer. So what I'm being shown essentially is that many of us are moving into this space where it's difficult for us to move into space. We're feeling constricted. So it's that restriction. It's that restrictive feeling. It's that need to hold on so tight that we're not allowing the energies that are flowing in to move through us. They're getting stuck. We're getting stuck. We're feeling as if the energies that are coming in are overwhelming us because we're looking too hard. Everything's about just soften, just relax, just allow and feel into what's being offered, because what it is that we think may be being offered is not exactly necessarily what really is. So the message I wrote about in my writing, a lot of it had to do with getting out of thinking. I think one of the things I wrote was we think we feel a certain way, but we're not used to recognizing and really connecting with and understanding what we're really feeling, because our thoughts are associated with patterns and ways of thinking about what we should be feeling or about what we may have felt in the past. And then we associate certain things that we're feeling with those memory recognition patterns that then those attachments, when we feel sad or when we feel like we are going through, let's say, a purge, we think it's going to be worse than it is, because the last time we went through this, perhaps it was associated with a breakup, or we got fired from a job, or we were going through a really tumultuous. And so those are carried over, and we're hanging on so tight going, oh no, I don't want to go through this again, because we're associating it. Some people aren't recognizing that they're actually feeling something different. It's attached to a different memory. So we're being gifted the opportunity, the more we can relax, the more those things will show up for us. So then we can then clear them, integrate, move through them, allow them to cleanse, rather than building up and hanging on to them and having to, I mean, there's so many different angles here. I just gave like 3 different variations here of what I'm talking about. I'm going to do a little toning. We go into a little light language and a little energy share. I'm just going to move with this for a little bit and just do a little energy share. It's meant to be felt. Just allowing yourself to just let go, open, and feel whatever energies and frequencies that we are all connected to, that wish to come through, that are for the highest levels of love, light, unity, consciousness, benevolence for all. Feel free to tone with me while I'm doing this together. Breathing in and out. About to get funky. Sing along.
Kuaweak estu kuemeak uhaenet eawa. Kuawae pukune wahait istuk unik au uk uhaene. Kuaweat kuaweat istuk kuemak uhaene. Tika wahaene kinawa. Tistur haene kea. Oawaheat ik ine kuait ustene. Neoa kuait it ik eau uk oahene. Tur mo ak oahene. Kistur an nomah nik eau kur ant eau. Neok oenetia kewa ait in uahai. Te ot istuk inik ewa, tik ewa, tik ena. Tur at ik her op oahet inik hak oor. Mema kuniania koe titia kine, tikima hak une. Tiki nini kine makunitina. Tini kuni makit it ikine. Tili et innikila akun nililaawatin, alawak unileha, didiliawa et it ilaha innik ilahe lelo uno. Lelo olehe, didile leo no lele ili ustul el al u. We have a mashup going on right now. Tustira, tenekira, dilila runa, kilele. Tur net uot innalle het inne kileawa het tilaha innalle awaha. Tile ane kilewa, tile lole et iane leleawa ti. Huleawa hele umukoea, tile aine, tile ane ne kila okone. Tur en ile et ik ilaha onne, tile ane tiku, tile a ilaha o maulo o etinia.
And let us climb these bands together. Let us join the band. Let us join bands with. Let us climb these bandwidths. Let us climb together. Let us move through this interconnectivity, moving with the rhythms of the multidimensionality of the sea of love that we exist within, that we are all climbing through, that we are all combing through, that we are all combining with our own frequency transmissions, if you will. Allowing ourselves to restore that which is innate, that which is within, that which is already within each and every one of us. Stepping out of the inmate, stepping out of the prison of the cellular network that once was, moving back into the cell division that is creating evolution, that we are really becoming back into oneness. We are no longer divided from one perspective. We have moved beyond that which is seemingly accessible, yet we are accessing it now. The sounds and the languages that we are sharing with you, are sounds and languages that have been shared with you, for it is already with you, within you. And we have shared this together. Tur net ik hiwar akur, tikur mahat ik ar it ishtur nahat ik era. There's so much at our fingertips. There is so much that we are tapping into that is beyond. We are at the tip, if you will, of the iceberg. We are at the tip, the tipping point from one perspective, for what it is that we point our directional flow and focus into is where we tip the scales. Tuk unistur, tikur distur, makur. Mea makunetia, tikiwa at ik unhete. We're offering an example of how to use all of our resources of connectivity, connect intuitively. For we are using the strings and the threads that we are all connected through this ether, ethereal, this ether real, this ether net of collective consciousness that we are all part of, that we are all communicating, communicabling with, for we are each our own frequency conductors, spinning. We use language, light linguistics, movements and patterns, flows. Kur ai kume stuik am oit in tik uniwaha bakut iahak uina. Westewati maketu ai chut ene mama kwene. Kuti sturhe kuniti wai eo kwa. Being guided to share as I'm doing this. I hear the words. I feel the words. I speak the words. I feel them and the sounds and the vibrations moving through my body. I see them moving through my system. I see them interacting with the cells within my body. I see it interacting with the threads connecting through this format. I can feel music. I'm not musically trained in this lifetime. I'm hitting notes and tones that my body is guiding me to go through. There is no sense of sounding perfect, for the sound is imperfection, imperfected, if you will, affecting the whole system. And as I allow these sounds to move through without resistance, judgment, I allow myself to feel into the bands of least resistance, the bands that are tuning to a certain node, currency, frequency, letter, geometry, memory. This creates a pattern in the body, and it's like click, 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 unlocks things. And there are those of us who also key into the frequencies that I am tuning to and sharing, giving the opportunity to come together in oneness and unity, to absorb and reverberate in a ripple with these frequencies that are available to us now through this currency of exchange. This is not something I, as the version of Carrie will say, is offering. It is we, as a collective of my higher guidance team, that I am threaded into. Yet I'm expressing it as Carrie with my voice in the best way that I can and better spoken, doing all that I am and can do with what I have been tuned into in this human form. So some of you will hit different notes, maybe starting off in one key and then keying into different locks and combinations, creating these different combinations. And as we know, when we combine different keys, it creates a completely different song. All I'm doing is providing a channel to tune into to then expand and bounce off of, if that makes sense. Our bodies are responding as a collective body of colors, hues, humans in form, in manifest, this manifesto as the maestro and the conductor of the frequency chain of the harmonics. We are all connected through our DNA chain, right? Through the harmonics, that we are always communicating with us, or communicating, that is always communicating with us, that we are all communicating with through this soup, which is plasma, aether. I call it the ether realm, the other realm, the aether realm, the ether realm, either or, either, the ether realm. Allowing the ethereal, all of the fibers, if you will, all of the gossamer threads, right? To connect through the all, the fabric, the weaving. So as we play in this way, we become the interconnected web of light weavers. Letting go of the need to hang on to the old idea, the old adage that was adding to the weight, the holding, the weight. Not only the weight holding us down, making us heavier, but the weight as in we couldn't go any further. We had to wait our turn, if you will. Yet we have already turned the corner and we are moving into a bigger space. And so as we do this as a human race, there is no race from one perspective. We are erasing and overriding the old writings, the written system that was written down in order to hold us in back from the gates. Well, the gates are open. We're on, like Donkey Kong. Candace, that one was for you. So I'm in this flow right now, either or. I could go with this, I could go with that. Light language, which one? There's so many. Movement, energy flow. My dog wants to play too. Right? Kind of creating in this way gives us the opportunity to embody. Okay, so when we speak English, whatever your home language is, or light language, when we enunciate certain sounds, they move through our body. They become, they help us to embody certain frequencies. And we're really being encouraged to just open up those creativity gates. What I'm seeing is it's been a trickle, but it's a flood right now. So we can assist ourselves by flooding our bodies and our senses with things that assist us in expanding our creativity, opening in different ways than maybe what we're used to. Or maybe we're used to doing something and we've gotten out of practice. We haven't done it in a while and we go, I forgot, I really enjoyed that. That made me happy. And some of those things that made us happy don't anymore. And that's okay too.
So making those adjustments that allows us to combine some old frequencies and to invite in some of the new ones, and adjusting and recalibrating in such a way that we then activate to our fuller potential. There's this idea that I'm being shown that a lot of people are still waiting at the gate for permission to walk through, for permission to enter, for permission that they're good enough, that they're accepted, that they'll fit in, that they won't fall on their face. They're waiting for someone else to invite them in when we're already in, from one perspective, right? And I'm using time as a very fluid past, present, future. Or in somewhere, right? Some people are in it and they're not even close to the gate, but I'm being invited to share with everybody that that's not necessarily true. Guilt, shame, and self-doubt that then leads to judging others and judging ourselves, feeling judged, are the biggest hindrances to knocking that gate off the hinges right now. And so that's something to really recognize right now, acknowledge. I'm hearing just don't feel, we're being invited not to feel, not don't feel, but disillusioned, because we are recognizing that a lot of this is an illusion. Yet a lot of this is no longer elusive. What we have achieved is massive. So let's be gentle on ourselves, right? And not be disillusioned by the idea of who we think we should be at this now moment, or who we thought we were, and we realize we're not that person anymore. And we become disillusioned because we're feeling disappointment or shame, guilt, blame, all those things that were attached to the old game, right? That were attached to the old frame that we put a picture of ourselves in, right? What's that song? I've done this flow before. Freedom, I won't let you down. Please don't build me up. We might have put someone else in a frame and have an idea of who they were. That's all. Just let it go. Easier said sometimes than done, but let's say whatever it is with love and grace and hold our own space, right? Allow ourselves to fill the space with light, appreciation for where we are and how far we've come, and gratitude. Little step at a time if we feel like we can't get through those open gates. We are holding us back. That's what I keep being shown over and over again. I'm still in flow, so I can't stop. We are holding us back by looking back. We are holding ourselves back by holding on to the self, the ego identity. We are holding ourselves back by holding on to other identities of people and who we think they should be. And it's like opening up that heart and being light as a feather kind of thing. I'm going to end on that note. So in love and light, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and be gentle with yourselves, one another. Big energies upon us, and it's only continuing to expand, expand, expand. So
hang in there. Namaste.